Welcome to Yamhill County's annual celebration of National Poetry Month, where we hope to prove that one poem a day won't kill you.
Hi, I'm Mike Santone. I'm going to be reading a poem by Phoebe Newman from her book, Sugar. And the name of the poem is Taking Care of Business. About the only guy around here who really means business, plain working man. 20-some years in the woods, only 5 days back in '63 for that operation. He's been fixing to lose his job because they say there's no more trees to cut. And the mill's shutting down next month, and the timber is what he knows. He can pretty much predict how his fat wife is going to get when she hears the news. And how his kid, many times his kid, will be busted for speeding. And how his mother will weep, terrified as she is about poverty and death, in that order, but almost willing to have death come first. Then he hears about job training and counseling and anger management, and maybe the mortgage rates going down a little bit. But mostly, what will we do? What will we do? Until he's going nuts. Because the same thing's happening down south. No more trees. And the profits for the company is much higher overseas. Walking around the backyard, kicking the fence and the crusty grill, and the old swing set that his wife's prized begonia plants. He feels his heart starting to crack, and he begins to dismantle the fence, board by board. Then unscrews the bent and rusted legs off the grill, and unhooks the side and the uneven swing chains, and uproots the begonias, one by one, and leaves everything scattered, tossed around the yard. Almost tired enough, he clears his throat, spits, then walks in the back door, and finds his wife leaning against the counter, smoking and looking at him funny, steady eating fudge ripple right out of the carton. And his dopey son, idiot son, his cap on backwards, watching MTV and picking on something in his arm. And the phone ringing and ringing. And he knows it's his mother. He walks out to the shed, takes down his deer rifle, pulls off his boot and his sock, and puts his toe on the trigger. Then he remembers. He's the one who always means business. And Don just ain't really the business he wants to do right now. A little dizzy and short of breath, he walks back into the house. Pats his wife on her cushy bottom, gives a high sign to the dazed kiddo, calls his mother and says, "Hey, we'll make it all right. Just take a while. But there's plenty of work for a strong and determined man like me. And yeah, handsome too. And he's just going out to fish with a couple of days with the boys. Have a couple beers and start taking care of business one more time." Um, my roots are blue collar. They're from people like this guy. And she captures it beautifully. When a poem can touch you, make you feel your roots, all you can do is thank the poet.